right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
18 Gator. 59, Mike to 59. Ready? Shoot! Get it!
Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. The numbers for Pumphrey in last week's ball game: 17 carries, 89 yards, and a touchdown. They'll run it now with Pumphrey, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
He could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does.
There he goes, left side. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big pickup of 38. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
They run the counter. Marshall, and he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
Play action now. Brissett. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Brissett now. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short, and now it's 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
It's our time. It's our time.
They run with Pumphrey, and not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. They'll run here with Pumphrey. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Flushed out right. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. 15 yards through the air and a first down. On the run, it's Pumphrey. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That'll get them some of what they needed, but they're still left here with a 3rd and 9. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8. Brissett. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Brissett again. But he's got his man Hilton.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Brissett, a good throw here, finding Pascal. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 17-yard line. Brissett going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Brissett to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Johnson's got it complete. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Well, that's something of a pick-me-up, for the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here, 1st and 10. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brissett. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's got his tight end. That's Ebron, and it's a Colt touchdown. Eric Ebron, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. So they got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference. Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
31 yards there and a first down. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Extra point tacked on by Lambo, and that makes it a 21-10 game. 5 plays there on that drive, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 42.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Again, it's Brissett. That's into the hands of Pascal. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Zach Pascal in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are back within a single score.
Terrific. Touchdown. I know we've got a game now.
Yeah, I think anytime you go to the second half down just 1 or 2 scores, you feel not where you want to be, but in a pretty good spot.
And I think for most teams, when they go into the half in this situation, it's not a lot of adjusting going on. It's much more, all right, guys, let's just play a little bit better than we did in the first half.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we hit the halftime. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
Let's go, fellas.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. From the 27, Brissett. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run the counter. Marshall. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Now this is Hilton on the receiving end. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Brissett now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no... Gain, 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Brissett. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Calais Campbell in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Brissett. Throws this one right side to Pascal. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And here's Marshall. He's got daylight. 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 57 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. On 2nd and 9, Brissett, short little throw to Ebron. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
What are you doing? You can't get past me.
The Colts on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. He gets this one to Johnson. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Brissett sets to throw it. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called.
And he coughed it up. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on 4th down, a change of possession anyway.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Minshew, 1st and 10. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target. But now it's 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Minshew sets to throw. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They get
don't
a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brissett taken in by Pascal out left.
Easy work.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And the catch made by Hilton. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. To throw is Brissett. It's caught by Funchess. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pick up there at 20 yards. Throwing, Brissett. He's got it to Hilton. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Brissett now. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Fourth down, Brissett. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jack Doyle, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. A first down throw for Brissett. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Brissett. Complete to Hilton. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. From the red zone now, Brissett. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. And the catch on second